Hello, my name is Raymond Karchevsky, and this is coming to you from my home here in Cave Junction, Oregon. It is a letter that I received from Elaine Brown, a political prisoner, where she and her husband have been incarcerated in the federal prison for their challenging the unlawful IRS code. In her letter, she says, Ray, many times I have written you that we never submitted to their authority, to their jurisdiction, that we do not recognize their authority. It is a different day from when your case started, and it is a different jurisdiction, being federal and not state, county, or local. In very little time, the feds gain a great amount of ground in extending their power, not authority, as they do not have such, just power. Might is right in their motto. Elaine. I replied to her thusly, Elaine, I understand what you say when you and Ed never submitted to their authority or jurisdiction. But when a servant government does not follow the law that it is charged to enforce and administer, such non-submission is regarded as moot by the courts. Such outlaw courts have their criminal presence in American society today. You are correct when you say it is a different day from my case when the state of Oregon and county of Josephine courts threw me out of jail when I refused to accept their offer of sentencing. By the way, there does not seem to be any evidence that either you or Ed refused to accept their contract offer of sentencing. Such an overt act cannot be easily hidden and or distracted from the court records. As to your comments that you were under federal jurisdiction, not state, county, or local, all government law, which are fictional legislative policies, not true law, apply only to government's own creation, a non-living, constructed, inferior status of a fictional juristic person. The creation can never be greater than its creator. Hence the pecking order of power and authority in law is thus: 1. God the Creator created man, woman, the sovereign people. 2. Man, woman, the Creator, the sovereign people, created non-living fictional government to carry out the wishes and directives of the sovereign people. 3. Non-living fictional government created the fictional creation, juristic person, an inferior corporate construct whose name is spelled in all capital letters, and is inferior to the fictional government which created it, and therefore are subjects to the government's corporate legislation and policies, that is, color of law or non-law. All 14th Amendment citizens are such corporate subjects, considered non-living, the living dead, entities, owned and regarded as slaves to the corporation. You and Ed are two living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient, natural, man and woman of the sovereign people, being incarcerated as presumed sureties for the debts of the 14th Amendment fictional person, a non-living legal entity created by fictional government. That corporate construct we call the juristic person is the only entity that fictional government courts have jurisdiction over. They have no jurisdiction over living, breathing, flesh and blood, sentient, natural men and women. With most ignorant people, such jurisdiction is solidified by their own unwitting consent, by forging a contract with the courts. My open refusal left no wiggle room for satanic smoke and mirror lawyerly manipulations. Make no mistake about it, our courts are satanic in nature. Jesus of Nazareth opposed them in his day. I have done so in my day. As usual, the average, conditioned consciousness which allows for slavery of the people to the lawyers and judges of his day remain the same as the lawyers and judges of our day. We are considered to be more civilized, but we are, in fact, just as stupid. You and Ed are casualties of law that never was in this country. Until the people wake up and realize they have been had by their own public servants who now see themselves as masters, you and thousands of others shall remain such casualties. I have been engaged in a decade-long campaign of boycott, boycott, boycott against our unlawful de facto government. Ignorant men would rather kill or be killed in an armed revolution than peaceably take back control of their government and lives through peaceful withdrawal of their support. That just shows the effectiveness of satanic mind control inflicted upon the mass mind by the media. Elaine, I have submitted this as a sound file to YouTube and Twitter for worldwide distribution. My files are beginning to be withheld in some venues of the Internet. Let's hope this gets out and touches enough people who are borderline in their understanding of their true status. I will tell you this: if the sovereign people who now dream that they are government slaves do wake up, we shall take back control over our country and government without firing a single shot. That yours and Ed's prison door shall be flung open for you and thousands of other victims of a tyrannical government shall be set free. Love, Ray.